in a small, weathered hut, nestled on the edge of a vast, open plain, lived a young girl named Elara. Her home was humble, its walls thin, its roof patched with dry grass. Winter winds howled through the cracks, biting at her bare skin, and the cold was a constant companion. Her clothes were worn, her meals often meager. Other children in the village, though not wealthy, had warmer homes, thicker blankets. Elara longed for warmth, for softness, for a moment when the biting chill wouldn't find her. She often huddled, shivering, wishing for a different life. One bitter evening, as the wind sang its mournful song through her hut, Elara saw an old woman, a traveler known for her quiet wisdom, sitting outside, simply watching the wind. "Child," the old woman said, her voice like rustling leaves, "why do you fight the wind? It is always here." Elara, shivering, could only stare. How could anyone not fight the cold? We often spend our lives fighting against what is. We wish for different circumstances, a softer path, a warmer touch. But what if the very thing we resist holds a secret strength we've yet to discover? The old woman didn't offer a magic cloak or a warm fire. Instead, she taught Elara to listen to the wind. Not just its howl, but its whispers, its sighs, the different songs it sang as it danced across the plain. She taught Elara to feel the wind not as an enemy, but as a presence. "It is always here," the old woman repeated. "And if it is always here, perhaps you can be here with it." Slowly, tentatively, Elara began to change. She still felt the cold, but she no longer fought it with clenched teeth. She began to notice how the wind shaped the clouds into galloping horses, how it rustled the dry grass into a lullaby, how it carried the scent of distant rain. She learned to wrap her worn blanket tighter, not in despair, but in a quiet acceptance of the wind's embrace. She started humming along with its low song, finding a strange rhythm in the discomfort. One night, the coldest night of the year, a terrible blizzard descended. The wind became a roaring beast, tearing at the hut, threatening to rip it from its foundations. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced Elara's heart. She huddled, shivering, convinced this was the end. In our deepest discomfort, our greatest fears often rise. We believe the struggle is meant to break us. But what if, in that very moment, a different kind of comfort is waiting to be found? As the wind shrieked, a small, lost bird, battered and frozen, was flung against her window. Elara, despite her own fear and cold, reached out, gently bringing the tiny creature inside, warming it in her cupped hands. She held it close, feeling its fragile heartbeat against her palm. And as she focused on the bird's warmth, a strange, profound peace settled over her. The howling wind outside seemed to soften, becoming a distant, familiar sound. The cold in her hut was still there, but it no longer held the power to terrify her. As the bird warmed, its tiny eyes opened, and it looked at Elara with a knowing gaze. It was not just a bird, it was the spirit of the wind itself, sent by the old woman. The old woman had not taught Elara to fight the cold, but to befriend it. The wind, which had seemed like her greatest discomfort, was actually her constant companion, always present, always there. By accepting it, by offering kindness even in her own scarcity, she had found a profound, unshakable comfort that no external warmth could ever provide. The discomfort hadn't vanished. Her relationship with it had transformed. Elara never sought a warmer home or softer clothes. She continued to live in her humble hut, but her heart was no longer cold. She learned that true comfort wasn't the absence of discomfort, but the quiet strength found in embracing what is. in finding beauty in the harshness, and in letting kindness be her warmest blanket. She had befriended the wind, and in doing so she had befriended herself. What if the very discomfort you face is not a punishment, but a profound invitation? What if true comfort isn't found in escaping the storm, but in learning to dance with the wind? What hidden strengths are waiting to be awakened within you, simply by befriending your own uncomfortable moments?